Hello again. Let's get into the Instant Farmer, chapter number 22. Ken is sitting on his couch, reading the book that he just purchased. The book is very informative, and it has many pictures. Pictures will help to provide a visual example of the text. The overall feel of the book is extremely detailed. If Ken knew nothing about farming, then this book really is teaching him a lot. The box of seeds is sitting on the coffee table. The seeds are taunting Ken. He feels the uncontrollable need to flush them down the toilet. That would solve all of his problems. Even though the box of seeds are staring at Ken, he does not give them the satisfaction of his anger. He does his best to avoid them. After reading a handful of pages, the box of seeds disappears. He has achieved focus. He has discovered a book, and the book has his attention. He is surprising himself at how much he likes the content of the book. Who would have guessed that farming could distract Ken from farming? Ken reads further. About a quarter of the way into the book, Ken decides to stop reading for the afternoon. He needs to have lunch. Pastrami on rye. That sounds like a good sandwich. There is a restaurant near him that makes it pretty good. Ken places the book on the coffee table, then exits his apartment. There is a bit of a line outside of the restaurant. That's fine. Ken is not in a rush. He comes here often. The line is not new to him. So, he waits. Ken is starting to smile. He is learning about a topic that he knows nothing about. It is so interesting to him, and learning makes him happy. It reminds him of school, and school is where he had a lot of fun. Ken is ready to order. He already knows what sandwich he wants. He is at this restaurant specifically for a pastrami sandwich, so he orders that. It takes a few minutes to create. They toast the bread. While the bread is toasting, they slice the beef thinly. Now the meat and the bread are ready to become a sandwich. A little bit of butter on one side of the slice of bread. Tomatoes and lettuce are his toppings. Now to put on the mustard. That is just about perfect. They hand the wrapped up sandwich to Ken. He smiles, then walks out of the restaurant. He is very happy. He finds a quiet seat near the park. This bench will be perfect for lunch. Before opening the wrapper, Ken looks around a bit to see if he notices anything out of place. Well, everything seems fine. He opens the wrapper and quickly takes his first bite. Yes, this sandwich is just as delicious as he thinks it is. Ken munches away at it until it is finished. Ken is ready to go home. He has a lot of reading to do. His lunch was so satisfying. He is thinking about that sandwich on his way home. This walk was fairly quick and uneventful. He enters the building security area at the entrance. Once he has entered the lobby, he pushes the button to call the elevator. Back in his apartment, Ken walks into the kitchen so he can get some water to drink. That glass of water was very refreshing. He walks towards the couch. As he sits down, he realizes that the book is beside the box of seeds. This is it. Decision time. This is the exact reason why Ken bought that book, so that he could have a better understanding of the seeds. He stares at both items on his coffee table and makes the decision to pick up the book. Farmer Ken is reporting for duty. The book is full of useful information. He has read the first two chapters. Introduction by itself would be enough to make Ken want to read the rest of the book. So he reads on. He starts to learn about how to pick the perfect location for farming. Once he chooses the field, he then learns how to position the farmhouse and where to plant his crop. Very informative so far. Ken is nibbling on those nuts that he created a few days ago. They are perfectly roasted. Nuts are such a treat after that heavy lunch he had. Ken nibbles while he reads. It is a habit of his. His ideas are going through his mind. He has the idea to grow some tomatoes. Not sure if he is going to do it. It is just a thought at this point. He decides to send a text message to his girlfriend. He wants to say hi and see you soon. That message is so thoughtful. He is thinking about Sarah. He is being a caring boyfriend. She messages him right away. She says, maybe we can meet tomorrow. That sounds good. So, Sunday is his time away from Sarah. That's fine. Ken sends a text message to Greg next. This message is, have you spoken to Laura today? How are the two of you doing? He likes Laura. He likes that Laura makes Greg happy. Their relationship just started last night, but they had such a great connection. Greg's girlfriend has Greg's full attention today. Ken notices that his best friend has not messaged him back yet. Greg usually sends a reply right away. He must be busy right now. Ken wants to take a break from reading for a few hours. He wanted to distract himself with text messages. His friends will help him to relax. Yes, Greg will save the day like he always does. Ken starts to wonder what Greg is doing right now. Maybe he is in the shower. Maybe he is out for a walk with his dog. Yeah, his dog is so nice. Ken is walking around his apartment now. He is slightly agitated. He is in a good mood, just he feels like walking. Maybe some cherries will settle his mind. Yeah, cherries sound amazing. So he goes into his fridge and grabs a handful of cherries. He runs some warm water over them in the sink. Now it is cherry time. These cherries are at the peak of ripeness. For some reason, the plant holds the fruit at its peak. This is a big step. Ken is now curious of the seeds. He was frustrated, he was upset, but now his curiosity is taking control of his mind. Confidently pacing in his apartment, Ken is nibbling on those perfect cherries. These seeds can be controlled. He does not have the need to fear them any longer. He needs to pick them up and give the box a shake. Yeah, Ken wants to be in control. His confidence is turning into swagger. He knows more about farming than he ever dreamed he would know. This book has made Ken confident. He is confident in his direction. He knows that he can embrace his new life. Sarah, all of a sudden, he is thinking about Sarah. Sarah is on his mind. She is so amazing. She is the one person that he feels confident in sharing his farming with. But does he dare to tell her? Does he reveal his secret? Time is not going to move backwards. He needs to live in the present and think about the future. Previously, he is not a time traveler. He has no idea what will happen later. For all he knows, the government is already aware of his farming. His mind is racing. With his ordinary past, there is absolutely no reason to assume anything. No, nothing is wrong. Nothing was ever wrong. Ken is the most normal person in the entire city. He does not have any type of special power. It is the seeds that are the magical, not him. So, Even if he feels somebody suspicious, there is no reason to appear supernatural. Maybe people can sense a change in Ken, an ever so subtle change. What friends would be brought into his secret? Ken feels like cleaning his apartment. He wants to clean the floors, and he wants to clean the bathroom. This is the perfect time to do some chores. It is after lunch, it is before dinner. Maybe he can work up an appetite. Cleaning can be therapeutic. Cleaning can be fun. So he grabs a broom and starts to clean the floors in the kitchen. Ken doesn't feel the need to distract himself. He knows that farming will always be his reality moving forward. He is doing his chores, so they will be done. Collecting the dirt from his broom has collected with the dustpan. He tosses the contents of the dustpan into the garbage bin. Now it is on to the living room. Ken cleans the floor in his entire apartment before cleaning the bathroom. Ken is not messy, so it should not take very long to finish the job. He cleans the bathroom using a sponge and some bathroom cleaning spray. It smells like lemons now. Much better smell than earlier today. Ken is just about finished with his cleaning process. He washes his hands very well with soap and water. Now he feels hungry. Whenever he gets that feeling of hunger, Ken starts to read a book. It just so happens that there is a book waiting for him on his coffee table. Yes, Ken is going to be a farmer. He is going to embrace his new life. Greg is probably busy with Laura today, and Sarah is definitely busy with her family today. That means Ken does not have anybody to go out to dinner with. As he grapples with his day away from his best friend and his girlfriend, he finds a seat on his couch. Reaching for the farming book was effortless. Ken knows what he likes. That concludes this chapter. I hope you enjoyed listening. Again, if you want to read along with me, then you should pick up a copy of my ebook from Kindle. Goodbye until the next chapter.